Hi everybody, I'm Danielle and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing another story time video for you guys. Today's story time is another one that involves alcohol. I did a video probably about a month ago now talking about my first time drunk. If you want to watch the video, the link will be in the description box down below. But this time round I wasn't even drunk, I was just tipsy and a whole lot of crazy shit happened, and I just thought that I would share it with you because why not? This all took place quite a while ago now. It was a good, I want to say around 5 years ago. But basically during that time I was struggling a lot with numerous different mental health problems. I had my anxiety, I had depression where I was self-harming a lot. I was a pretty messed up young teen for a very long time. I was hanging around with a new group of friends. They were very much into drugs, they would smoke, they were very much like the troublemakers, I guess. And it's not what I was used to really. I was never really a troublemaker. I'm a good girl. A guy that I knew, who I was actually really quite close with, was having like a house party around his house when his parents were away. Could you really call it a house party though, Danielle? Because there were not a lot of people there. It was like a private house party. A private house party just for a few people. And it was like my very first kind of house party, I guess, but again, can't really call it a house party, but that's what I'm gonna call it. There was this guy that I used to just fancy the shit out of, and he was at this house party. And I fancied him for years, you guys. Like, I really liked him. And our relationship was very weird in terms of like, I just did not know what we were. We weren't in a relationship, but then it was kind of almost like a friends with benefits type scenario, which I'm not particularly proud of. So he was there at this house party along with other guys. I was like the only girl there, and obviously at the time I was feeling very vulnerable because of my mental health problems. You know, the first time you drink and you get tipsy real quick because you're just not used to the alcohol. This was one of those things. So I was drinking and I got tipsy rather quickly. At first it was fine because I was quite happy, but then I remember all of a sudden just plummeting in terms of how I was feeling. My emotions just went all over the place, and I became very sad, very depressed, very down. I was emotionally a wreck, to be honest with you guys, and guys were trying to comfort me but nothing was working. And I remember my friends taking me upstairs, and the guy who I had like this massive ass crush on for years, he had to sit with me because I wouldn't let him leave the room. I didn't want to be on my own. At this point I didn't particularly want to lay down and go to sleep, but that's what the guys were trying to get me to do. So I laid down for like 5 minutes. Everyone went back downstairs apart from the guy I liked for some reason, and I kind of snuck out of the room, and the bathroom was right next to where the room they put me in. So I was right next door to the bathroom. So I went into the bathroom. I will warn you guys that this involves self-harm, and I just wanted, you know, to let you guys know in case any of you are uncomfortable with it or you don't want to hear it. I went into the bathroom, and when I was going to the toilet, I was thinking about how much I really wanted to self-harm. Out the corner of my eye, when I was sat on the toilet, I saw this razor, and I actually took the razor, and I remember feeling so shitty and just slicing into my leg. I think it was on my hip. I was self-harming, but it was they're cuts, they're bleeding, you know, and I didn't want to ask anyone for a plaster, so I basically just had to kind of just ignore it, pull my jeans back up and go outside. And I remember again, you know, like I was crying and all of that sort of stuff. I was an absolute wreck. I remember sitting on the landing and crying, just crying. And I didn't actually notice this at the time, but when I was sat down, my cuts were showing and there was blood like just dripping down my leg. And one of the guys, one of the quieter guys actually, came past me, asked me what was wrong, saw the cuts, and then just kind of walked away. Things were just crazy. I was tipsy, I was falling all over the place as well, hallucinating a little bit. I had like a headache, I was feeling sick. It's just not a good position to be in when you're already very vulnerable in terms of like mental health. During that time I was at rock bottom anyway, but the alcohol just made it worse. So I guess I'm just sharing this story with you guys to let you guys know that if you're fighting with self-harm, depression, anxiety, mental health just as a whole, you are not alone, but please look after yourself, please be careful. So that is my story time video for today, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to click on that subscribe button. You guys can now follow me on Instagram if you want. It is danielle.kate.jameson. It'll be down here somewhere. Again, don't forget to check out my first time drunk story time that I did about a month ago. That is also in the description box down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. See you later.